Good morning, dear students. How are you? I hope you all are doing well and ready for today's session, isn't it? So, before we start today's session, let us do a quick recap of what we have done in the last class. In the last class, we have learned about cardinal numbers and ordinal numbers. So, dear children, what are cardinal numbers? Cardinal numbers are the numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, isn't it? Then we have learned about ordinal numbers. So dear children, what are ordinal numbers? Ordinal numbers are the numbers which tell about the position of objects such as first, second, third, fourth, fifth and so on. Alright, so dear children, let's start with today's topic. Alright, so dear children, today we are going to learn about how to compare three-digit numbers. Alright, so before we start the session, please write down today's objective. Today's objective is to understand the concept of comparing three-digit numbers. Alright, so dear children, let's start the session. Now dear children, we have already learned to compare numbers using the signs less than, equal to or greater than, isn't it? Now let us recall the same. Count the number of objects in each image. Then compare them using the proper sign, that is less than, greater than or equal to in the given boxes. Alright. Now dear children, as you can see that in the first image there is the image of turtles, isn't it? So let's count how many turtles are there in the first image. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So dear children, there are 9 turtles in the first image. Now let us count the number of puppies in the second image. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So dear children, you can see that there are 6 number of puppies in the second image. So dear children, so we found that the number of turtles is more than number of puppies. So 9 is greater than 6. So we write the symbol greater than in the given box. So dear children, I hope you are clear with this example. So let's start with today's topic, that is to compare three-digit numbers. Alright. Now dear children, comparing two three-digit numbers is similar to comparing two two-digit numbers. Now dear children, make a note that a two-digit number is always smaller than a three-digit number. Alright. Now let us try to solve few examples in order to understand how to compare two three-digit numbers. Alright, so the first example is compare 723 and 456. Alright, so follow the steps to compare the three-digit numbers. Step 1. Count the number of digits. So dear children, as you can see that both the numbers have 3 digits, isn't it? Now we will move on to the second step, that is compare the hundreds. So as you can see that the first number consists of 7 in the hundreds place and the second number consists of 4 in the hundreds place. So dear children, we know that 7 is greater than 4. So we conclude that 723 is greater than 456. So I hope dear children you are clear with this example, isn't it? Let's do another example. Compare 436 and 412. So dear children, follow the steps. Step 1. Count the number of digits. So dear children, as you can see that both the numbers have 3 digits, isn't it? So we will move on to the second step, that is compare the hundreds. So as you can see that in the first number 4 is in the hundreds place and in the second number 4 is in the hundreds place. So dear children, as 4 is equal to 4, we will compare the tens. So we will move on to the third step. Alright. Step 3. As you can see that in the first number 3 is in the tens place and in the second number 1 is in the tens place. So dear children, we know that 3 is greater than 1, so we can conclude that 436 is greater than 412. Alright. So dear children, I hope that this example is clear to all of you. So let's move to the Third example. Compare 623 and 628. So dear children, follow the steps in order to compare the given numbers. Alright. Step 1. Count the number of digits. So dear children, as you can see that both the numbers have 3 digits. So we will move on to the second step. Compare the hundreds. So dear children, as you can see that the first number consists of 6 in the hundreds place, and the second number also consists 6 in the hundred place. So dear children, as you know that 6 is equal to 6, we will compare the tens. So we will move on to the third step. Alright. Dear children, as you can see that in the first number 2 is in the tens place, and in the second number 2 is in the tens place. So dear children, as you know that 2 is equal to 2, we will move on to the fourth step, that is we will compare the ones. Alright. Now dear children, as you can see that in the first number 3 is in the ones place, and in the second number 8 is in the ones place. So dear children, as you know that 3 is less than 8, we can conclude that 623 is less than 628. Alright. So dear children, I hope all of you are clear with this example, isn't it? So let's do a quick summarization of what we have learned today. So we have learned today how to compare 3-digit numbers, isn't it? Now there are certain rules. The first rule: first check if one number has more hundreds than the other. Then second rule: if the numbers have the same amount of hundreds, then check the tens. Third rule: if the numbers have the same amount of hundreds and the same amount of tens, then look at the ones, isn't it? So dear children, I hope that you all are clear with today's objective, isn't it? So with this, finally I'll end today's session by saying, dear children, enjoy your online classes. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.